It's a beautiful sunny day here today, so I am going to go do some snorkeling. I've already spent a couple of hours this morning editing the vlog from yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of touch from my phone for a little while. One of the things that I saw on my walk yesterday were many signs along the beach warning people that if they leave their stuff on the beach, it can get stolen. And I also saw a lot of people talking to police and telling them about the stuff that they had stolen, making reports. So I'm going to be, when I go down there, I'm only going to be taking the stuff that I can carry. No phone, no credit cards or anything like that. So I will be away from my phone for a little while. I remembered that I was carrying my GoPro with me, so I can use my GoPro to do some vlogging today. The spot where I'm going to go and snorkel is just on the other side of that jetty, where there are some people in the water right now, where the darker water is. That's where the reef and the fish tend to be. Looks like they're set up here on the beach for a wedding. Maybe that'll be happening a little later on today. That'd be pretty. I am making a few adjustments to my snorkeling getup today. Number one, the bottom of the beach here, out of the water, it's nice and sandy and soft to walk on, but as soon as you walk in the water, it's all rock, and it really hurts my feet. So today, I'm gonna keep on my water shoes and put my flippers on over top of them if I can. And then I also have a hooded shirt that I can wear. I got it for drone flying because I have to take my hat off to put my goggles on. And I was starting to get sunburned on the top of my head, so I got this thing to try to keep the sun off the top of my head when I'm drone flying, but it should also work when I'm snorkeling too. So we're going to give that a shot. Well, that was intensely frustrating. It looks like the joint between the snorkel part and the mouthpiece leaks. So every breath I have to blow out water out of it. I'm going to see if I can't use some zip ties from my quadcopter stuff to seal up this joint. But if I can't, then I'm going to be done snorkeling and this thing is going to go back to Walmart where it came from. I'm back up in my hotel room and I'm looking at this joint between the mouthpiece and the snorkel, and you can see this stupid thing, any kind of pressure on this thing at all and it loses its seal. So there's no way when you put this thing on your head and you're trying to swim around that this is going to stay sealed, because as soon as you put any kind of pressure on it, it just opens right up. I don't know how they can even sell these things. They're like a freaking death trap. I'm gonna see if I can't use mankind's greatest invention, the zip tie. See if I can't zip tie this sealed tighter so that it'll hold. Well, I got my quadcopter tools and my bag of zip ties, and I think I did a number on this snorkel. I sealed up the connection between the snorkel and the mouthpiece, and while I was at it, I put some zip ties on the connection to the valve on the bottom. So I don't think that is going to let any water in anymore. We're going to take it out and test it and see. attempted repairs on the snorkel did seal up the interfaces between the mouthpiece and the other pieces, but it turns out that there's a leak in the valve in the mouthpiece that's supposed to be draining. It's supposed to be a one-way valve, but actually it lets water leak in. So it was kind of frustrating. I did, however, get to swim with another turtle, so it wasn't too bad. I'm probably going to still end up either trying to fix it or take it back to Walmart and return the thing. If it doesn't work, I don't want to use it. Well, after having a nice shower, nothing better than taking off all your cold, wet clothes in a hot shower. I am heading out for lunch. I'm going to see if I can't find a burger somewhere. For lunch, I decided on the Waikiki Brewing Company, sitting out on the patio. This is where we had our first supper here a little bit more than a week ago. And I remembered that their sandwiches looked pretty good, so I decided to come back for a burger. Well, doesn't that cheeseburger look delightful? Well, that was a delicious hamburger, onion rings, and drink. But you know I've been here too long when I don't really bat an eye for paying $32 for it with a tip. I mentioned earlier that the lobby in my hotel is open. This is another hotel up the road called the Haile Koa, maybe? And it is also open. The wind can just blow right on through. And if you go down these stairs and down through these trees, you go down to the beach. But you can see there are just these really nice areas where you can just hang out and lounge. This is even, to be honest, this is even nicer than anything that's over by my hotel. I may end up coming over here and just sitting in these chairs down here and reading. They just have these tables sitting out here all over the place for people to come and relax. And this is the path. It goes down towards the beach, kind of winds in around these buildings through here. There's a pool over there to the left, and a park over there too. This is the entrance to their pool area, I believe, right down here by the beach. So here's a big shade tree. Here we've got a pool, and then right out there is the ocean. And right out here is where I have been going snorkeling in the mornings. So I saw this lady over here dancing here on the beach last week, and it was pretty cool. I hadn't seen her since, but it looks like she's back. I don't know if she dances for tips or if she's a hotel employee or what, but I'm gonna have to go talk to her and find out what the story is. Well, I had a nice talk with Kuipu, and she has been dancing on this beach ever since she was a little girl. She comes here every day with the Polynesian group that sets up and they sell merchandise by the sidewalk because this is a public beach, and she comes and she dances with them. And she has a website. I'm gonna link to it in my description of this video down below, and maybe I'll come back here this evening and try to catch her dancing when the sun goes down. I came back here to hang out at the surfing launch again, just because this particular spot is so chill. It reminds me of hanging out with my windsurfing friends way back when. It's a nice feeling. So it's just a nice place to hang out, watch the waves, watch the ocean, chit chat with people that come by. So they've made little benches out of bits of board and tucked rocks and stuff underneath them to make them level. There's actually a real bench here too that I'm sitting on, but this spot is shaded with these spreading trees, so you can sit and be in the shade, look out over the water, look out at the people surfing way on the outside, and then the marina's right over that way. Well, before supper, I'm gonna take a bunch of my bags of gear and take them to the ship and get them stowed so that tomorrow morning I'll be able to hustle on down here and get down there as quick as possible. We're going to head out early in the morning. There are surprisingly few people out here on the beach tonight. This is our last evening in Honolulu before we get on the boat tomorrow. And up there is the full moon, which tomorrow night, while we're on the boat, is going to be a full lunar eclipse. So that should be interesting. But I think this is probably a good way to end the evening.